So in this video, we're going to continue our conversation about how to deal with nervousness on your performance so you can be more free and more yourself when you perform. If you didn't watch part 1 of this video yet, please go and watch that video first because this is kind of continuation of that conversation. I linked that on the description below as well. If you didn't subscribe to my channel yet, please subscribe now so you don't miss out any other videos that I post. So continuing the conversation, how to deal with your nerves on your performance. I just talked about 4 tips on the previous part 1 videos. So I'm going to continue tip number 5. So this is something that I practice every day, but especially on the performance day, I do a lot. That is breathing. I know we're breathing all the time, but focusing on the breathing. Let's say 30 minutes before a performance on the green room, what you would find me doing would be sitting down. I actually always bring my yoga mat. I have some yoga mat around here. Yoga mat on my backpack and take it to any green room and put that yoga mat out and started to do my breathing exercise. Sometimes I sit down on the mat or other times I sit on the chair, doesn't matter. So breathing and focusing on breathing is something that instead of saying your body or yourself saying calm down, relax, that sometimes doesn't really calm us down. But breathing does. So it is just a clever way of telling us to relax. So several techniques that I do in terms of breathing is I do breathe in 1 count, breathe out count 2, breathe in 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, in, out, 9, and 10. And when I reach 10, I do it again 1, 2. So I do that repetition. Or I sometimes do breathe in, count 6. 3, 5, 6 and hold it 4 counts and breathe out 6. I set a timer. I actually set about 10 to 15 minutes. We are talking like 30 minutes of right before you go out and perform. So I spent half or more than a half of that precious 30 minutes to do this meditation and breathing technique. So I set a timer so I don't really, dive into just meditating and without missing me going on a stage. So let's say I set a timer 10 minutes. So for that 10 minutes, even if you're gonna have to perform in 20 minutes, for now you're only gonna focusing on breathing. That's what I do. When those kind of thoughts about performance comes in, then just gently put that thought away as much as possible, just focusing on breathing. I think the beauty of a breathing technique is that you have something to focus. There's somewhere that your mind can go. So let me know if that works for you. Even if it doesn't, nothing to lose, try. For my take on this performance energy and nerves is that we don't know. Every day is so different. Every performance is so different. It cannot be because I did the breathing technique, I play so much better. We don't know, but we only can try. And breathing is something that I really, really believe in. And also put your hand on your belly and feel that you breathe in and breathe out. Let me know in comment below if you do that exercise as well. Tip number 6 is related to tip number 5 actually. So I mentioned that I bring yoga mat to the green room. So what I actually do beforehand is that I put the mat out and do very much of a power pose. So it can be a warrior pose. If you don't know warrior pose, it's something like you open the arm and looking or you can simply just put your hand on your waist and open up your shoulder, or just stand and just open your shoulder. All of this open posture helps you to feel more grounded. I am avid yoga practicer nowadays, so I have more of a actual poses that I do. But even if you're not doing any yoga, that's fine. Just do a pose that opening up your body, rather than just sitting down in the chair, or just looking at the score, or something like more hunched down posture versus open. In the green room 30 minutes before your performance, just walk, or just look up, and all of this positive posture helps you to go out and be, because at the moment that you go out on the stage, you're the one who gives energy to the people. It's not your victim, or you're kind of like timid and shy. Even if you're an introverted person, on the time that you're on the stage, you're in charge. So you have to give this energy out. So in order to do that, you have to prepare yourself to be more open and powerful, and more strength coming within. So tip number 7 is, every time when you have negative thoughts, replace that with at least 5 different positive thoughts. I say 5, but I would do actually kind of 7. So let's say if you have a thought about, oh, I know I'm gonna make a mistake, it's not gonna be good. Let's say that thought comes in your head before the performance. Then what would you do is replace that very thought, pause, like a stop button on your mind, and say 5 positive things right away in your mind. So first thing can be, as we talked about in the previous video, I'm very excited, number 1. Number 2, that people are gonna love it. People are gonna love it, and I'm excited to share that music. So possible positive thought number 3 can be, I love this piece. I cannot wait to share this music. Another thought can be, I'm so grateful that I be able to share this music with people. Or I'm so grateful that I'm healthy, that I can be in a position to share this music as well. So my 5 positive thoughts, just conquering that one negative thought comes in my head. So this kind of exercise helps you to look at things more positively. I think naturally we are thinking more negatively than positively. So this ratio, 1 to 5 to 1 to 7, helps you to be actually balanced out. Because if you don't do it, this kind of exercise, more inclination will be those negative thoughts eat you up, or those negative thoughts kind of getting bigger and bigger. So my take on this is that I don't give out any negative thoughts a power or more food, but I give a lot more food to the positives. So the ratio is that I give a lot more positive thoughts in the food, but it's still very difficult. But that's okay. If you don't do it, then forget it. It's gonna be almost impossible. So win over your mind. It may feel like a battle all the time, but that's okay. That battle is a good battle, and eventually it's gonna be more so in your system and more positive, and you just enjoy and be yourself on the stage. So tip number 8 is, do not perform too soon. I'm so surprised that so many of my students that they just memorized the day before or barely up to a point, and then they perform in the next week or something. So for me, it depends on the situation and depends on the concert venues or concert program. But personally, as a pianist, I do not like to perform full-length program, let's say an hour-and-a-half concert piano solo program, less than 6 months in my preparation. Yes, 6 months. I actually prefer a year. What I mean is that even if I can memorize in one day and can play on the next day, I would not like to perform it as professionally, because I need the time. I need the time with that particular piece to live with it, to just live with it. Sometimes it's a lot different with the chamber music. the time span can be much quicker. Turnaround, I perform it sometimes is within a month of a preparation. Less than a month, I still don't like it. I still like it for chamber music, 2 or 3 months preparation I prefer. But just like a person, you want to get to know different seasons. So even if you don't practice all the time for that 6 months time period, just having that piece for longer time period just live with you makes a big difference. It's just more in your blood. So do not give yourself a hard time if you perform a piece too soon and you couldn't feel like yourself on the stage. Chances are that you probably performed too soon and you didn't give enough of time, this piece, to give you enough information, again, the data, that when you practice performing, and those data, those weak spots will occur to you, so you can actually practice those spots a little more. And again, those spots don't occur on practice, but only when you perform. So you need more data as much as possible and more layers of practice performing. For me, I need time. I need time to completely digest and become one with music in order to be myself, in order to be. So one extra thing that I just thought about, came up to my mind is do your best in your practice. You know internally how much you put an effort into it. So for me to practice a lot or prepare a concert, it's really for me too, so that I can free on the performance day. So really ask that question to yourself, did you do your best on your preparation? If you did that, then you can let go more easily on the performance day. So up until the performance day, I push the practice. I try to look at things, different angles or mental practice, all of those things. But on the performance day, I let go. There's not much more I can do. I know internally I did my best in terms of a preparation. The time of performance is a celebration. It's a time that you share and enjoy, not criticize yourself or worry about people's judgment. If you did really indeed your preparation, you will be able to let it go. That's my wish for you. So today we talked about 4 different tips how to deal with nerves. So one was that you practice breathing technique on the green room, especially in the 30 minutes before your performance. And also doing very positive body posture on your in behind the scenes before you perform. And also another thing was, whenever you have one negative thought, replace that to 5 positive thoughts so you can outrun your negative self talking to positive thoughts. So, and another tip was, don't perform too soon. Give yourself a time. If you feel comfortable to play that piece and memorized already, just give a little more time. And the last bonus tip was, do your best on your preparation, every angle possible, so you can let it go on your performance day. If you like what you heard, what you saw in your video, please push the like button now, and please share with friends and family who might struggle with performance nerves or stage fright, so they can be a little more free or themselves on their performances. If you would like to support me as a creator, please go to patreon.com/journey through classical piano, where I upload some exclusive content only for Patreon. So we have the community building up there as well. So I hope to meet you next video. Bye!